Hello, everyone. So here we are, Alexandra and I, and my name is Richard. So we just finished the recording of our new EP, and this is also why we want to speak about it a little bit.
Yeah, thanks for coming here. We just wanted to share a little bit about the story and the behind the scenes and how songs kind of developed. If you're interested, stay around. You can ask us questions, and if you want to know something specific, we are planning to, first of all, we've kind of started off with a small EP and we were calling it Being Alive Now,
If
which
you're
is
interested, stay
something
around.
for us that is more important these days than ever. Like really living life and knowing why you're here. So our first album was Being Alive Now. And then we kind of came up with, or Richard composed this song, Alive Again. And because it kind of fitted into the sequence, we called our longer album, which you can view here on YouTube, Alive Again. And the third name of, or the third album is going to be called Still Alive. So this is our little internal joke, for example. Yeah.
Yeah, and this new EP will have 4 songs on it, and one is for Hanuman, so it's also called Hanumanji. The second one is for Shiva and Shakti, if you want to call this the Shiva Shakti or male female duality too. And do you want to say the last two,
Yeah,
Alexander?
we came up with a song for Krishna, Sweet Krishna. And then we have one to Jesus Christ. So the light in your heart, we call it. And I can tell my personal story because sometimes, you play around with tunes, and I was playing around with that particular tune to tell my dog that he can't go out while the other dog was in the garden. So I started singing that to him. I started to singing him a song around how he has to be upstairs and she can be downstairs. And I sang it for a while, and the family came and they were all like, "What are you doing? What are you doing? This is a great melody." And in looking into what it meant to me, it was actually, I was noticing I was calling out also to open the heart to things. And that's how I perceive Krishna. And that's how the whole Krishna mantra came together. So this one is definitely a mantra. You probably will be familiar with one part of it. It's Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. And the other one is Om Krishna Sharanam. So that is the Krishna story, so to speak. Do you want to talk about how you came to some of the tunes you created, Richard? Was there a particular story or moment in your life you remember for bringing that on, that song, or releasing that tune within inside of yourself?
Yeah, and I can talk about it. And first, I want to say hi to Uli because Uli is here and he wrote something. Hey guys, congratulations. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Yes.
Thanks, Uli. And about the songs, there is, for me, it's more or less developing like this. There is something that I can sense wants to come through. So maybe it's a song about Shiva or Shakti. And then this develops and something arises. So it's more an arising of the songs than an actually composing of the songs. And because they also have a certain, yeah, energy and a certain vibe that needs to come through, and this is how these songs develop. So it's always connected to a certain life phase situation, and a certain time. So this is how the songs develop.
Mm. And personally, because before we go into the studio and record these things, we test them out, and we have a community we work with and we sing with online as well, and do other work with, and then we test out the songs. And in particular, the Shiva Shakti is really powerful. When the first time I had to play it for a longer time for myself, I could really literally feel the energy rising and breaking through the blind spot, so to speak, in the body. So yeah, we test and try the songs before we actually decide to record them.
Yeah, and we are just right now, we are in the process of thinking, or more or less also planning a tour. So we are looking into this uh, for maybe September or even earlier. And yeah, if you also one day want to see us live, we also offer retreats. One is, for example, in May in Croatia. Another one is this is you can call it the Hanuman Chalisa retreat in Mallorca in November this year, November, which is almost the rooms in the house are almost booked, so there's just one room left, but there is the possibility that you stay somewhere else and join us in the retreat then. And yeah, this is what we are planning for this year, to also play live and yeah, hopefully meet some of you guys. Would be fun.
Okay. Unfortunately, we don't have our other two members that have become a great staple to our music with us here in this chat today, which are Conrado Molina and Elisa Schinner. Conrado plays with Esther Stonne and Malte Martin, and Elisa Schinner plays with Krishna Das in this field of music. He also plays with a variety of other bands. She is very versatile in how she can adapt. And these two people have been really fun to work with, I have to say. They are so skilled. I'm very, from my perspective, it's a point that impresses me very much, because I rehearse these songs, I learn these songs, and they come into the studio and they bring a beat to it, they bring a sound to it, a quality to it that we haven't just listened to. So it's always beautiful to record them. The whole Alive Again album, they play with us and they sing with us. In the end, what happens behind the scene is, like, we record it, we play it to them, we find the beat that kind of makes that song come to life and more juicy. And then we notice something is missing. And before you know it, the four of us are singing together. You can see one of these little shorts on our channel to see how that kind of the practice comes together. So yeah, thanks to the two of them here publicly for fueling our music together with us.
Yeah. So thank you too, Alexandra, for the introduction of the whole band, let's say it like this. And yeah, for everyone watching, is there any questions that you might have? Is there something you want to know about us, or maybe about the music? So feel free to also ask this now.
And because of the latency, with us being live, we will answer your question a little bit in the delay, but maybe we can also say something around the Hanumanji. Do you remember how we got to the point where we kind of created Hanumanji?
No, actually, I don't. So yes.
Okay. I like these stories. That's why they kind of stick to my memory. Because we are not in one space, not in one country, not in one city. The whole band is kind of displayed around two countries, Germany and Austria. But and Richard and I have been the founder of Lucky Mantra Music. We spend a lot of time on the phone, and while we're on the phone, sometimes stuff needs to happen. So there is often also a silence. And then when the silence, or when we kind of get to a point that the silence is really funny, then somebody kind of hums something or makes a joke. And I remember, Richard, you were just at the point where you were coming into the joking part of our longer conversations, and you were humming a tune, or I was humming a tune, you picked it up, and then we kind of said, oh, that must be Hanuman. And then you kind of came up with a whole skipping and jumping Hanuman through the forest kind of sensation. And that's how Hanumanji kind of has come into this EP form, into this song form. One that is joyful and witty and kind of in his most exuberant form of having fun in the forest. That's what you can listen to. Okay, no question asked. I think that's us for today. And about the EP, what do you think, Richard? Is there anything we want to add for the audience?
We'll let you know when it's basically coming out. And yeah, the first song should come out in the next weeks sometime.
Exactly. So we're shortly before. So watch this space. We send you a post as an update, and then you'll hopefully can follow us and listen to really heartwarming and joy-bringing songs this time. Thanks for being here with us.
Thank you very much. All the best, guys. Bye-bye.